Welcome to Convolution Educare YouTube channel. Today we are organizing a very good and important class on computer software. So in this class we learn about the different division of computer software, what are the category of computer software, what are the examples, how they are divided, what are the application, everything. It is a very good and brief presentation or class so that you can easily crack government contractual or government competitive examinations. Be with the video at the end, and I promise you it will be most important and precise class to crack government jobs or government contractual jobs like ICT, BSK, this kind of. So be with the video at the end and subscribe the channel. So we are starting our class. That is, our topic of discussion is computer software. So in this class we will know all the details of computer software, the divisions, the advantage, the disadvantage, everything, and it will be a precise class so that you can easily crack government or government contractual jobs where you are looking for computer awareness classes. Now you see, first we have to understand the definition. First we have to understand the definition. What is computer software? Software is a collection of computer programs and related data that provide the instruction for telling computer what to do and how to do. What to do and how to do, that is the matter of discussion, and this will be determined through software. A software is an interface between user and computer hardware. Computer has its software, its hardware. So basically software is the interface between user and computer hardware part. So it is considered as the interface between the user and hardware equipments. It is responsible for controlling, integrating, managing hardware components of computer system and for accomplishing specific tasks. So it is responsible to controlling all the hardwares to complete a specific task or work. Next, what are the types of software? What are the types of software? First one is system software, then application software. That is two divisions: system software, application software. Now, regarding system software is a type of computer program that is designed to run a computer hardware and application program. Whatever application programs computer have, that will be run through system software. So it is very important part. A good example of system software is the operating system. Depending on the functionalities, system software can be further divided into following categories. Depending on the functionality, it can be divided in further few groups. One is operating system, I have already mentioned. Next, device driver, language translator. So these are the important things. Now, operating system, I have already mentioned operating system is the most important software that runs a computer. Basically, it makes good interface in between hardware and the user. So it manages the computer memory processes as well as all its software and hardware. It also allows to communicate with the computer without knowing how to speak the computer language. So this is the main thing or main example of this system software. Example, very important in examination, you have to know the examples. MS-DOS, Windows XP, Windows 7, 8, 10, 11. These are the example of operating system. Unix, Linux also are the operating systems. Now, device driver. In computing, a device driver is a computer program that operates or controls a particular type of device. It operates or controls a particular type of device which is attached to computer or automation. It is attached to computer or automation process. Now, language translator. Whenever we are writing some program in computer, this will be translated to another language which can be understood by the computer. There are three different kinds of language translator. There are three types of language translator. One is assembler, then compiler, then interpreter. Now, linker. Another thing is linker. Linker is a program in a system which helps to link object modules of a program into single object file. All the object modules will be linked to a single object file through linker. So, loader. In computer system, loader is a part of an operating system that is responsible for loading programs and libraries. It loads the programs and libraries related to the applications. Application software is a kind of software that performs specific function for the end user by interfacing directly with it. End user, that is like me or you, are doing some work as per our demand. Application software has been designed. So the sole purpose of application software is to aid the user in doing specific tasks. User can perform a specific task with the help of application software. There are two types of application software. There are two types of application software you have to know. One is general purpose software, another is specific purpose software. Now, general purpose software, it is general, that is, you can perform all kind of works. This type of software are used for any general purposes. They allow people to do simple computer tasks. Some of the general purpose software as follows. There are some example of general purpose software that we used. That is our word processing software. That is Word, Notepad, Wordpad, electronic spreadsheet. That is Excel, presentation software, PPT, database management system. These all are example of general purpose software. DTP software, then graphics software, multimedia software. These all are the example of general purpose software. Now come to specific purpose software. This software is specific to a particular application. It is devoted for a particular application. So this is software is designed to perform specific tasks. Some of the specific purpose software as follows. There are some example of specific purpose softwares. Examples are inventory management system and purchase system. Next, payroll management system. Next, hotel management system. Next, reservation system. Next, report card generator. Suppose for our organization, we are generating reports for our students according to examinations. That can be a kind of specific purpose software. Accounting software. Suppose the organization is performed or accounts maintained through a software, that is accounting software. Billing system. These all are the example of specific purpose. System utilities. Now, system utilities are used for supporting and enhancing the program that the data in computer. So, if I want to enhance the programs, then we use system utilities. Some system utilities may come embedded with operating system. Sometimes it is embedded or inbuilt in the operating system, and others may added later on, and others may be added later on. Some example of system utilities are disk compression. It may be asked, gives example of system utilities. Answer will be disk compression, disk fragmenter or fragmentation, backup utilities, disk cleaners, antivirus, text editor. So these all are the example. Open source software. Now what is open source software? In open source software, end user, that is like me or you, can use the source code and can change the source code as per his or her demand. This is the example of open source software. Now open source software is the dominating in the market, and example of open source software is Linux, Unix, MySQL, etc. To you keep in mind this example to be considered as open source software, the software development industry. Now, certain criteria must be met as follows. There will be some criteria related to open source software, that is, software must be available free or at a low cost. Software must be available as free, in general in free. Source code must be included in software. Source code, that is programming codes, must be included. Anyone must be allowed to modify the source code. This source code can be changed by anyone. Modified version can be redistributed. After modification, this version can be redistributed. Now, criteria for the distribution of OSs. Now, open source software is normally distributed with the source code under open source license. I have already mentioned it is distributed with the source code. The distribution terms of open source software must be comply with the following criteria. This criteria must be complied for open source distribution of software. Free redistribution, the license shall not be required royalty. No royalty will be applicable. Next, source code must be available. Next, integrity of author's source code. Who has built this software, you should respect him or integrity must be maintained. Proprietary software. Proprietary software is owned by organization or an individual. Suppose for our organization, we are building a specific software for our accounts, which may be called a proprietary software, which is defined for the use of our organization Convolution Educare. Now, what are the barriers? What are the barriers of proprietary software? License and maintenance proprietary software is very expensive. License and maintenance of proprietary software is very expensive. Next, it is developed by a single purpose application or separately package. It is devoted to single purpose. Next, vendor support is conditional to maintenance of that is a specific application software, so vendor support is mandatory. Next, user have to dependent on the developer of proprietary software. User every time has to depend on the proprietary software so that he can do anything with the software. Next, low level of customization and adaptability. It is a very low level of customization and adaptability also is very low. Now, another thing, BIOS, basic input output system. So, take the full form of BIOS, it is important. So, input output all together are called BIOS. BIOS is commonly known as system BIOS. BIOS controls various selection components within the main component. The initial function of BIOS is to initialize system devices. System devices will be initialized through BIOS, RAM, hard disk, CD, DVD drive, video display card and other hardware will be initialized through BIOS. Now, we practice some questions which is related to examination for competitive exams. First question, which of the following is defined as a set of instruction, data or programs used to operate computers and execute specific tasks? Now, option processor, hardware, malware, software. What will be the answer? Answer will be software. Next, a computer cannot boot if it does not have the compiler, loader, operating system, assembler. Already I have mentioned operating system is the right answer. Next, what does the acronym BIOS stands for? What is the full form of BIOS? Basic input output system, basic internal output system, basic inner output system, basic input output system, basic input output system is the right answer. Next, operating system is a application software, system software, hardware, language. System software is the right answer. Next, which category does best describe the BIOS? The BIOS will be in which category? Hardware, malware, firmware, utility. The answer will be firmware. Next, database software is used for discard sales records, store contact list, keep customer records, generate report. Keep customer records is the right answer. Next question. What is DirectX? Computer part, user interface, operating system, software that drives graphics software. The answer will be software that drives graphics, that is graphics software. Next, text editor is an application software, system software, utility software, all purpose software. What will be the answer? The answer will be utility software. Example of open source software. Open source software example: Linux, Unix, MySQL. All of this, what will be the answer? Already mentioned that all are the example of open source software. This software is copyrighted and bears the limits against use. This software is copyrighted and bears against its use. So, answer, what is the answer? Proprietary software, open source software, application software, system software. The answer is system software. So, this is all the things we want to discuss. It takes a lot time to prepare this kind of a PPT or presentation. So, don't forget to subscribe this channel and must like this video. If you have any query, anything you want to ask, feel free to make a comment, and you can also WhatsApp us your query. For government contextual jobs, for government job, if you want a specific and effective guidance, you can contact Convolution Educare in following numbers. Thank you. Have a great day.